Hey, good morning. So yesterday in class, we had a few extra minutes and I shared with the students something that I had been learning to do recently because I thought you guys might be interested. It could be a way for you to just kind of doodle. You know, sometimes doodling helps relax the mind. It's kind of like meditation, but a little different. So I'm just going to show you exactly what I showed the students in class, and that way if you weren't here, then you'll see what we did and be able to do it. And if you were here, you can rewatch it and be like, oh, that's what she did. Okay, so we're going to use grid paper, and we're just going to start with a little 2x3 grid. So just a little tiny box. And I'm just going to outline it just so you can see what I'm talking about. And with the students, I used much bigger paper, but this was the paper I have available now. And where every blue line crosses, where each grid line crosses, we're going to draw a circle. And we're going to try to make all those circles the exact same size. We don't want them like as big as half the circle, and we don't want them really tiny. You want them to, for at least starting out, to learn with about that big. If you don't have grid paper at home, you can just use computer paper and kind of create grid paper with a straight edge. All right, so we have circles drawn at every intersection. And now we're going to draw circles that are the same size inside each of these 6 boxes. Okay, that's not too bad. Now comes the connect the dots part. So we're going to use some mathematical terms. That's always great. First, we're going to draw parallel lines. So parallel lines are 2 lines that are equidistant, meaning that the distance they are from each other stays the same or is equal everywhere. Okay, so first we're going to draw parallel lines. We're going to draw those on the inside of a circle set. So when you have a diamond circle set, we're going to draw them on the inside, and we're going to use something called a tangent. Ooh, let's label stuff. So we did first, oh gosh, I don't know how to spell parallel. I think like that. And then we're going to do something called a tangent. And a tangent is a line that comes off of a circle. As easy as that sounds. But here's the best way to do it. If you were drawing a circle and then you just bloop, went off the side of the circle, that's a tangent, this line right here. So we're going to do that with our parallel lines, like this. Okay, so we just picked a diamond of circles and decided, okay, this is where I'm going to draw my parallel lines. So they're inside the circles. Next, we're going to draw parallel lines that are perpendicular. Oh, Misty, what's perpendicular? Perpendicular means they meet at 90 degrees. So example, these go this way, so that means I need a set of parallel lines perpendicular to those. And then here, perpendicular, perpendicular. And then you get out here where there's only 3 dots, this one, and this one. There isn't one out here, so I can't draw any parallel lines. Now we've got to do our edge work, and the edge work is where the real fun artistry comes. So I'll show you 2 types of corners. First, see how this line comes here and then could go around that corner and then go under these 2 lines and maybe come out here? Okay, so as this one goes around that corner, this one has to go around that corner too. And then would connect here. Do you see how now it looks like it connects and goes under this imaginary thing? Yes. Let's do that again. So this one can go whoop around that circle. So this one has to make a similar shape. and then would line up with that. Okay, rounded corners. Kind of looks like a sideways heart. Around this way. Okay, here we're going to do pointy corners. So again, this line comes up and goes around this corner. So we're going to have this one do same, but instead of turning the corner, it's going to go straight into it and then curve back down. Here we'll do it again. Around this corner, so around to a point, and then down, in. Okay, pointy corners. Well, now we've got these parts that need connected. So not so bad. Here comes around this corner. That one just needs to do a similar shape. And now this line continues on. And here to here. And now you've made some Celtic knotwork. And here's what I did for the students today. If you kind of shade right near where the ribbons kind of go under, you can give it a little bit of a 3D effect. Did I get them all? And then if you get really fancy, you can take a marker or a pen and make these lines a little darker. It's just good quiet thinking time. Now that they're darker, you can take your fancy eraser and erase the circles that you made previously. And there you go. So if you didn't make it to in-person school this week, this is what we learned. Parallel lines, perpendicular lines, and tangents can make all this pretty stuff. Go make some on your own and then show me.